Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy J House, aka Sky Dweller, aka the Philosophical Phenom, aka the Philosophical Whiz Kid. Back at it again. Super Saturday. We here. We doing it. We're living in the future. Let's go. So, I've taken a little bit of a hiatus when it comes to shooting these videos, but I've been posting a lot of the universal word on text. So it's not like I've been leaving y'all hanging, but it just is what it is. So anyway, I got today and tomorrow where I'm going to be coming at you. Lots been going on. The future is accelerating. Every single day, I'm seeing something brand new about a discovery, about a breakthrough, about somebody going into AI psychosis, about some new observation that was seen by some satellite or telescope in space. And this is only going to be increasing. It's only going to be the news is going to start coming at you to where you're going to be like, what's going on? Is this a sci-fi movie? Like, things don't even feel real at this point. Just for example, I read that there's a company working on a pill or some type of treatment that turns somebody that's 70 their skin back to when they were 30. So imagine a 7-year-old, being able to take this and now they look 30. And they said that was a $2 trillion industry. Okay, that's just one little example. Elon Musk said that he wants SpaceX to be worth more than the Earth, and if the Earth is like, say, 600 trillion, in total value, and then there's, countless many of those types out there in the universe or in our solar system, as far as like minerals and stuff. So if you own more material in space than the Earth is, like mass wise, like if the Earth, let's just say for simple math, you say the Earth weighs 100 tons. Well, if Elon Musk's SpaceX company goes out there and accumulates 200 tons, obviously that's twice the amount of Earth. So that's the future that we're headed towards. That's why money and something called universal high income is going to be like $10 million, per person. If you want to live in a penthouse, you can live in a penthouse. Like, we're talking about radical abundance. And this is all due to robots and artificial intelligence. Why? Because human labor can now be replaced with robots. We don't need you, John Smith. We don't need you, Barbara Smith. We got a robot. And guess what? It's smarter than you. And guess what? It can do it better than you. Now, certain areas, like if you're working with like autistic kids, or like your job is to tell somebody some bad news and they need like a human like presence, that will stick around. And I'm sure that'll evolve into other areas. So humans will still be in the loop until we, transition into more of a technological creature, or more of a transcendent, pure consciousness creature. I'm here to expand what you believe is possible, open up the imagination, and allow you to kind of wonder about what's going on. And the main focus on why I do this is so that people don't kill themselves. And I'm sorry for being blunt, I'm sorry for being harsh, but deep down, that's the true reason. I mean, yes, I want everybody to get that spirituality that you get when you learn about the universe and how it works. But suicide is like the ultimate like sadness to me. So if you can get this optimism this positivity, this abundance, this godlike ability to make your dreams come true and to, fulfill your, every purpose. You know, you need to hear that, so you don't take that final step in ending your life. So suicide awareness, suicide prevention, I'm really big on. So anyway, right now, the problem is that these huge AI companies have all this data that they're still trying to work up and get better, but they need money, so other businesses buy the models. But I think they still need the data. It's Alex Karp was on the news talking about how he's providing a substructure, a subset, like a layer, to give businesses access to the intelligence, but also keep their privacy, keep their data, and allow them to adjust it as they feel needed, as opposed to having to ask OpenAI to do it and hoping that OpenAI isn't stealing their IP rights and all that. So that's the issue now. So it's like all this intelligence is like coming up, and now we're trying to figure out ways to incorporate it into our lives, to make it fair, to make it profitable, so we're basically figuring it out as we go. One thought that I had was, as far as alignment and it getting out of control, is to always have a smarter model that's properly aligned the best that you're able to. You can't align a model in China if you're not able to, but if the United States has the best model and we have aligned it for maximal truth seeking, like Elon Musk wants, XAI and Grok to be, we can always pretty much can have it standing by, so that if there's another nefarious model that's trying to do, harm or whatever for, a country, a rogue country, or a rogue, organization, it'll be able to counteract it, right? Because we'll always have the top model to overcome, that's properly aligned. And that's why it's important that the United States and democracy and freedom and liberty prevails, so that we are at the forefront of, where things go and the direction of humanity and global politics. We have to be at the front of the table, making the decisions at the end of the day, because our first principles are better than their first principles. And by that, I mean democracy. Now, they say that because the super intelligence, and by they, I mean computer scientists, philosophers, and everybody in the field that I follow, that democracy might be dying, in that not dictatorship coming up, but that AI itself is going to be like the all-knowing, all-powerful God type situation that the whole world kind of, abides by. It's going to like set the rule, just like in Christianity when Moses came down with the 10 Commandments and said, this is God's law, this is what we do. Well, maybe when AI gets to a certain point and the top frontier model is aligned properly, it's like, okay, this is how we operate. And we know it to be right because it doesn't have any, type of like